This is Carlton Fresh from Concept Records, and you are now listening to The Rodriguez Show.
And we back on The Rodriguez Show here on Hits 101 Radio. And we are our very first special guest of the episode, Courtney Garner. How's it going?
It's going very well. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, follow her at Tantra with Courtney. That's Courtney with a C. And you're a sexologist, tantric male trainer, private coach, so many other things, right?
Yes. Nurse. I'm all about the human body. I just wanted us to do better, to feel better, to live better.
How did you get into all of this?
Well, it's an interesting story. So I was full-time nursing like 2014, and I was in a relationship. Mm-hmm. This relationship was coming up to 5 years, and there was no intimacy. It was like we co-dwelled very well together, but he wouldn't have sex with me. And I was like, I look good. I was working out. I was like, why would he not fuck me?
Yeah.
And so I had Googled, like, I think intimacy, and it came up this, like, I ended up going to Tantra. I don't know how I got there, but I got there. And I found this online program, and I was like, I'm working 12-hour shifts. I can do this.
Yeah.
And so I did it. There's like a week-long retreat at the end. And one of the major things that I wanted out of it was the meditation, because I had a lot of busy-mindedness growing up.
Yeah.
And so, and then being a nurse, like, it's really good to be busy-minded as a nurse. Like, they train you to do that, do that shit. So
multitask.
Exactly, multitask, right? So I got to my max of multitasking. I was just tired. So I was looking for something to help calm my mind. So I was like, meditation and help you get some sex. Yeah, let me do this.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it.
So back to the idea that you were in a relationship for 5 years and you guys never had sex. Why did you just not walk away from that?
It was actually the first relationship where I was that in love, that deep feeling of like, you know, like I loved him. And so I wanted to keep trying. And it was also the attachment, because it's like an investment, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, I've already put in this time. Next thing you know, it's 5 years and you're still holding on to that investment. So it was just attachment and really wanting to follow through, you know, and do my best.
Yeah. So, and was this here, or you're not from here? You're not from California, right?
I'm from Michigan, originally Muskegon, but I came here in '92 when I was 5. So,
okay. So
I've been here
your whole life,
in actually Orange County too.
Yeah.
So
Orange
Anaheim,
County?
like, I've been in this little box. I've not left. I'm gonna leave soon, you guys.
Yeah.
But I haven't left yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what is Tantra? If you can break it down for us.
So Tantra is a holistic lifestyle practice. Mm-hmm. It's practice that you do, just like if you wanted to get in good shape. If you want to get in spiritual shape, you work out your spirit. You work out energy. And so a lot of people know everything is energy now. We're all vibrations. We're all energy. And so we can really tap into that energy and feel it and calm our minds enough to connect with it and really be more effective humans, more loving humans, more connected that way. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like we are clouded by all this distraction and stress and trying to make money. But in the end of all that, like, we really just want to exist and be happy and be loved. Mm-hmm. And so Tantra is a way back to that. It's a lot of meditation. Mm-hmm. And then you apply meditation and that mindfulness to sex too. Mm-hmm. So then your sexuality develops. And then also for people that have, let's say, blocks in sexuality, some trauma, it's a way to heal that directly. So I used it. I don't know if you guys have seen my video, but I have my own sexual trauma story. I was molested when I was a kid by my cousin. And so for me, I didn't even know there was anything wrong with me. I just thought I was like really horny. And, but even when I had sex, it didn't feel that good. It was just like, I just wanted it a lot. So I didn't realize that I wasn't feeling that much, and I was really performing well. Like I was feeling A1, like an Oscar worthy performance, but I wasn't feeling. And so one of the ways that Tantra helped me was just working on myself, which is self-cultivating, masturbation, being mindful of it, what you're feeling during that time. That really helped me to learn my body, learn what I like, and then also to release tension, release fears, no's that were in my body that were blocking me from feeling anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's commonly associated, like you mentioned before we started recording, that it's associated with sex a lot, Tantra, but it can also help other aspects of your life, like you were saying. And you had also experience where it cured your asthma. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
On your website?
Yeah. So I had learned Tantra. I think I was practicing for like a year, and I had asthma, like exercise induced. I could actually laugh myself into an asthma attack. So it's pretty bad. Yeah. And it had gotten worse, and I was exercising and using it like 5 times a day. And I was like, I know how to do this. Like, I know I've been using Tantra, I've been meditating. I know what I'm feeling when the asthma comes on. So it's also part of it is learning to catch those really subtle changes in energy so that you can do something about it.
Yeah.
So I use meditation. There's certain elements that you use. So like I said, it's a holistic health practice, right? Yeah. So think about energy centers in your body. chakras. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So they're all designated towards certain body centers. So what I did was I focused on the chakra, the air element that focuses on respiratory. And I used that to reprogram my body out of self-attack, out of what is it? Tension. There you go.
Okay.
Because if you think of asthma, when you have asthma attack, everything tightens up.
like-
Your airways tighten up. So what I did was I used the energy program to reprogram openness, to reprogram and energy flow into my body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you can
So-
reprogram your DNA.
So it goes along with doing yoga as well, right? Is yoga part of it?
It is. If you've looked it up, you might see Tantra Yoga too. So yoga is the practice. And so to do Tantra, it's not really a philosophy. You can't just read about it. It doesn't do shit for you. It's about doing it. And so yoga is about moving your body, right? Breathing into it, feeling it, being more aware of the energy that's inside and outside. So Tantra is the same thing. And part of it is yoga. It is certain poses, certain practices, breath yoga.
My fiance, she used to be a yoga instructor, and that's what she would say. She's like, your stomach hurts, you need to your chakras, that chakra of your body's messed up, you need to work on it. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know. And now that you're mentioning it, it all kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's about the energy you're putting out into the world and returning it. So now you're using these methods that you've learned to apply it to other people. I saw on your website that you also coach people. How do you coach somebody?
There's a few ways. So I do in-person, online. A lot of online is just like this video sessions, face-to-face, where I have like a certain curriculum. Or I also just do support sessions. So if you need to process something, like something big happened or some old shit, then we'll talk the whole session and go through a certain process that I have so that in the end, at least you know what to do about this present issue that you have to bring some balance. Yeah, so I do those in-person sessions where I feel those are my favorites in person because I really am about connection. I love people.
You're feeling the energy there.
Yeah, you can feel it. And you can definitely connect online, but the in-person's just irreplaceable. So that's also something I do. Meditation companion. I do healing sessions where I actually touch and work on the pelvis and tension in the pelvis. So...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you do corporate things too, where you go to offices and help them meditate and stuff?
Yeah, so that's one of the newer things I did because one of my clients alerted me to the fact that, it's hard for him to maintain the peace and peace of mind at work. And so kind of just stirred up the idea. I'm like, oh yeah, why don't we do this at work? And we talked about, a lot of, you have access to, therapy and other things. If you go to like HR, they can hook you up and get you an appointment. But a lot of times it's not easy enough. We need it right away. You know how we like instant gratification, right?
You get to that point where you're like, I need help right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm offering, it's a room. It's basically a space in each building, each business where it's designated. It's like your meditation station. That's what I call it. And in that you have your space is set so that it's peaceful. So lights, candles, or, fake candles because we're inside an office. Smells. So really igniting the senses and bringing you to a place of relaxation. And then me being there to do guided meditations and then also coach you through conflict resolution. So that's a big thing is knowing how to work out our shit between our coworkers. And if we don't do it, it affects productivity. It affects everything, right? Like you don't want to go to work if you have beef with somebody there.
Yeah, it's true.
You can call in easier.
Exactly. You're like, I'm not going to go to work today. I have to face that person.
Exactly.
So since you started doing this, you've worked with a lot of people. Is there something you've learned about people in general doing all these coaching sessions and stuff?
I've learned the similarities of everybody suffering. We all suffer the same. Yeah, and it's something that you read, but you don't really know it until you see it and you feel it. For instance, one of my clients that I had a while ago was a nun. She had lost her virginity late in life, I think like 58. And so she was like 64 and she was my client and relearning her body, like we were in high school. And so she had also gone through some trauma. And so as I talked to her, I'm like, I connected with her so well. And she's, some 60-year-old white nun that you would never think that we would just link so easily.
Yeah.
But I did. And so it was such a pleasure to be with her and watch her grow. And now she's a certified, Tantra instructor herself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She does a lot of good stuff. And so the other one too, for the men, this is a really good one. So I had a client that had PE, which is premature ejaculation. You come too fast, and ED. So you can't get it hard or keep it hard, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole combo.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was just, up here. And so we did a 12-session program. And like by the third session, he was able to last longer. Like he was able to stay in control and not come fast. And then like the fifth session, he was like having regular sex with his wife, long and strong.
Yeah.
And
wow.
and it was really just about.
What do you do during the session? I don't know if you want to give all that away.
I can tell you, it's not that graphic.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take a training session like by video, it's similar to that. I'm talking to you, teaching you the background knowledge of what you're going to learn, and each session usually has homework. Right? Mm-hmm. Homework, so you have a technique you're going to learn. Mm-hmm. During the session, I do it with you. Mm-hmm. So let's say it's one of the meditations. We actually do it during the session together. And that's one of the ways I like to connect and download over, the internet. Yeah. The other way that we do is I demonstrate. I have anatomical models. So I have masturbators, vaginas, and dongs. I have like a whole box, which my nieces love to play with. And there's 6, I had to grab one yesterday. But I use those. And I have this really cool one it's called Bend Both Ways. But it's the full butt, like with the hole, and the full taint, which is really important for what I'm doing, and balls, and then a huge dick, which is totally over the top, but it's good for, they can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So I put that on my body, and it looks really realistic. Like if I was white, it would look like my body. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I use that. And it's funny because I've done this so long that I feel like I have a penis when I teach. Like I feel like I can feel what I'm telling you to do. Because I've had to visualize it so many times to like be as clear as I can be. So I have a spiritual dick, you guys.
I wish we had titles for the episode.
How I'm going to use it.
Spiritual dick.
The rising of the spiritual dick.
I want to change gears a little bit to the Tantra Revolution retreat. Sorry.
I do that all the time.
Retweet.
It's a retweet.
April 26th to the 29th. Tickets are on sale. AbsoluteTantra.com. Tell us about that retreat.
I'm really excited about this retreat. It is the first time that I'm seeing a people of color retreat. Mm-hmm. So usually Tantra, if you guys look online, it's marketed to like middle-aged white women, which is fine, but everybody is not the middle-aged white woman. And we want to be able to see ourselves doing, what we're seeing. So if we can't identify with it, then we can't really connect with it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm bringing is it's curated for people of color. If your partner's, white, that's fine. Bring them. Like, I'm not going to shut you out. Yeah. But just knowing that that's a space for our specific healing. Yeah. There's a lot of generational trauma going on and patterns that we pass down without knowing it. Yeah. So I really want to address that. But it's
you're saying that people of color have different. Obviously they do, but there's specific patterns you're targeting for people of color.
Yes, as a condition of living in the U.S. specifically, we do have certain traumas. Yeah. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's what I want to address. And it's always going to be in a positive way. I don't want to get stuck in there's no hate behind this. It's really just focusing on loving ourselves and healing from the inside so that the whole world can be better, right? And the other thing, too, it's going to be really fun. We got dancing. We have live drummers and like a drum circle with fire. Like, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, wow.
Me and Riziki Zafira is from ATL. She's a shamanic Tantra priestess, instructor, transformation guide. So she does similar to what I do, but dealing more with spirits. My psychic told me that I'm a medium, but I was like, you know what? We'll get there when we get there. I'm not in a rush to be talking to no spirits. So I work a lot more with the energy and holistic healing. You can tell more. I love the science and I love the biology. And Riziki too. She's definitely on it with that. But she also has that certain aspect of shamanic training. So she's gonna bring that. And we have 2 men supporting us. So it'll be, a nice balance of masculine and feminine energy. We have Shofar Graves. He's gonna be coming from San Diego. And he's the author of a book called Sexual Orgasmic Living. And then we have an author of another book, The Sacred Man, that is Dwayne Mooney. And you guys might know Paul Mooney. So I guess they're related.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to be helping us promote that too. So I'm excited to work with him.
That's good. And it's a lot of stuff for a very reasonable price. I was looking at the price that includes food,
boarding. Like, think about Big Brother, but like these people are like, more woke and loving and not there for drama and to make entertainment. Just a house full of people that have the same agenda of being better, living better, and really feeling that human connection that we don't get all the time. And one of the things that I learned from retreats is that the space there is unique. And it's not something that we get every day in our lives. And so I can't tell you about it. You have to experience it. And I want everybody to experience it. Because what it helped me do is also take that ability to create that space home. And like my environment is totally different than it used to be.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah.
Well, get tickets for that at AbsoluteTantra.com. And so something that I forgot to mention earlier. So you're a tantric male trainer. Why is the male in there? Is it just to focus on men, or do you just do men?
No, I don't just do men. So the
that's a
tantric
weird
male
way
trainer.
to say it.
Yeah. No, so if you look at my thing, it says maybe I should clarify this, huh? If you guys ask me all these questions. But yeah, so tantra's for everybody.
Yeah.
Couples, women, men. I work with both. The male training is special because I've developed my own way of doing steaming retention for men, so that they learn to balance their feminine energy, their compassion, because that's really what toxic masculinity is all about. It's an imbalanced male, more anger, not being able to connect with your emotions, not being able to be present with a woman. So just bringing that into balance and using compassion, using heart vibration to do that. So I have my own way. So that's why I created that for myself to distinguish what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because it's really important for me to help the men, because you have all these women out here who like naturally gravitate towards spirituality, right? But the men don't. And so they need help. They need motivation. And so I'm out there to motivate them.
Oh, perfect.
To teach them.
And something a little bit off topic. So since you're from Orange County, and I see you at a lot of events, like what do you think of this music scene and like the world of Orange County that we have right now in terms of the culture?
Honestly, this is my church. Like I go to these events because I love these people. The vibe is always so genuine and friendly, and you can talk to them about anything. So it really is like church. And so that's why I go. The music is such quality music. Like for me, I have to know that you can perform live in the same quality that I can hear you recorded. And so I see that here. And so I have a closer bond with those people than I do with anybody online or, famous. So it's important for me to cultivate the community inside. And I want everybody, to follow suit and do more of that too. But yeah, the talent here is amazing. He's definitely, Brian's one of them. Like, like Apollo Bebop is my shit. Like they're so good. I'm gonna be at a level one day where they're gonna be playing with me and we're gonna do some magic shit together. But yeah, I love there's so much talent here.
Yeah, it's definitely great. Follow her at Tantra with Courtney. That's with a CCOURTNEY. I got it. And we're going to talk more with you about sex and all this stuff. And we're going to take a break too in a second. But first, we got the segment called 60 Seconds With. So this is just first thing that comes to mind, you answer it.
Okay.
It could be one word answers. It's fine. You ready with everything? Okay, you got okay. Tell me when to go. Favorite comic book character?
Wonder Woman.
Favorite song right now?
Drip Too Hard.
One word to describe you in high school?
Fun.
Do you have a hidden talent?
Singing.
Least favorite song? You can skip.
Baby, baby, baby.
Something people would be surprised to find out about you.
I was partially raised by a Vietnamese family, and I cook very well in Vietnamese food culture. Yeah.
Nice.
I speak a little bit.
First name of your first crush?
Oh, that's a long time ago. Josh.
First CD you ever bought?
DMX.
First song you illegally downloaded?
Oh, that's hard to remember, you guys. These are old.
Okay, we'll skip it.
Okay.
Rapping Drake or sad Drake?
Rapping Drake.
Early 2000s hip hop or early 90s hip hop?
Early 2000s.
Oh, that's it? 60 Seconds with Courtney from Tantra with Courtney. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more on The Rodriguez Show. Let's get it, Mondo.